First of all, what I termed the theoretical guidance. And here you may use the word philosophical guidance. To have the correct worldview, to have the correct ideology, to have the correct Weltanschauung is a term of German philosophy. The worldview. What do you think about yourself? What do you think about this universe? What do you think about life? What do you think about knowledge? What do you think about good and evil? What do you think about human beings? Are they only animals or something else? Basically something else? Qualitatively something different? Or only quantitatively at a little higher plane of evolution? These are the basic questions of philosophy. Now to have the right answers to all these questions, that's the first stage. This we call theoretical or philosophical guidance. For this, as we have discussed, the basic faculty is there in the human nature, inbuilt in it. Who was Luqman? Who was Warqa bin Nawfal? Who was Salman Farsi? Were they prophets? Were they followers of any prophets? No. They followed their nature. Unpolluted, unperverted, unimpaired human nature. Fitra. كل مولود يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو يمجسانه أو ينصرانه. As I quoted and translated in the yesterday session. فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها. This guidance is there inbuilt in human nature. But to add to its depth, to make it a conviction, Wahi and prophets and the books of Allah, the light that comes from Him, they add to it. They add to its intensity, its depth. Number three, some of the details regarding this basic theoretical guidance cannot be had without the prophets. The guidance coming through angels, that we can't know without the prophets, without Wahi. This resurrection, the details, all human beings will be resurrected. They will have to stand before their Lord on the day of judgment. Then there will be some weighing of the deeds. Then there will be verdicts will be passed, judgments will be given. And what will be the details of the paradise? What are the details of the hell? All these things we can have only, not through our nature. These details we can have only through the prophets, through the Wahi, through the revelation. So this is the first part, theoretical or philosophical. This guidance, the sum total of this guidance we call Iman. Now comes, the practical guidance. This can also be subdivided into two parts. Guidance at the individual level. What is good, what is evil. This is also present in the human nature. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. This human nafs, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala developed it, finished it, gave it the finishing touches, beautified it, and then He put in it the knowledge of the good and the evil. That is there. That is why the Prophet ﷺ used to say to some of the queries, Istafti qalbak. You ask your own heart. Your heart would tell you whether to go this way or that way. Istafti qalbak. And in some of the hadith there is an additional wording, Walau aftak al-mufti. Although the Mufti might give you a verdict that is okay, but the real Mufti is in your heart. Ask him. He will lead you to the right decision. And let me mention here, Kant, because I have been mentioning him, is the father of modern Western philosophy. A very beautiful sentence of his. There are two proofs of the existence of God: the starry heavens above and the moral law within. This moral law, everybody finds within him that he knows what is right, what is wrong. He knows what is good, what is evil. This moral law, it exists within the human personality. It is an integral part of our nature. But you know, as we have seen, sometimes emotions can overtake a person. And even with the best intentions, he can become unbalanced. Because man, you know, sometimes he is under some influence. As I told you, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As used to stand whole the night, throughout the night, not sleeping, not giving his wife any company, any time, keeping fast every day, standing in salah all the night. The Prophet, you know, rebuked him. Ya Abdullah, awala ukhbar, annaka taqumu al-layl wa tasumu an-nahar. Qala bala ya Rasulullah. The Prophet said, la taf'al. فَإِنَّ لِنَفْسِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَإِنَّ لِزَوْجِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَإِنَّ لِزَوْرِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. You have to fulfill all the rights in a balanced way. Don't tilt in one direction. So out of sheer sincerity and good intentions also, a person can go wrong. Hence the need for a model, which we discussed in detail when we were discussing Ayat al-Bir. The model we can get from Nabi, the balanced person. He led a full family life. He gave all the wives their due, their rights, fulfilled them. And at the same time, Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha says that it used to happen that the Prophet was with us, and you know, we were conversing with each other, with affection, with love, just as a wife and a husband. But when the sound of azan came, he used to go, instantaneously leave us, as if he didn't know us who we are. This is the balance. Now it is called from Allah, I have to leave. So actually this balance, I feel personally, it's the biggest miracle of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be so balanced. He led a full life, fulfilling all the conflicting rights. So that is the need at personal level also, although the knowledge of good and bad is inherent in the nature. But to be able to balance all these things, you need the guidance of the Prophet. And now come to the second part of the practical guidance. I discussed it last night also. And that is the social order, the political system, the law, the family laws, the economic system, the system of distribution of wealth. It is here that man commits mistake. And here, you know, a very small mistake produces grave results. A balanced system of life based on fair play, justice, no repression, no exploitation. There should be freedom, but within the limits of the Sharia. No repression of man by man, but sovereignty of Allah to be accepted. Man shouldn't govern man. Man shouldn't rule man. Kunu ibadallahi ikhwana. Beautiful words of the Prophet. Oh human beings, all of you should become bondsmen to Allah and brother to each other. He is the master, he is the Lord, he is the sovereign. You become bondsmen to him, all of you, and brothers to each other. Kunu ibadallahi ikhwana. Brothers to each other, equal in every respect. La fazla li arabiyyin ala ajamiyyin, wala li ajamiyyin ala arabiyyin, wala li ahmara ala aswada, wala li aswada ala ahmara, illa bit taqwa. No Arab has any superiority over non-Arab. No non-Arab has any superiority over any Arab. No white or red colored person has any superiority over the black. No black has any superiority over the white. Illa bit taqwa. Except character, your seerah, your taqwa, how God conscious you are, how God fearing you are, how good mannered you are. And that is the criterion, that's the criterion in the eyes of Allah. So actually the social system, the political system, the economic system particularly, that is the dire need of humanity, to have a balanced social system based on justice. Just social order.